What's up, guys? And today I'm going to be showing you how to reuse potting soil. Now, you do not need to buy new potting soil every time you plant new seeds, and that's what I did to this raised bed. And as you can see, it's very luscious, very green. We have a lot going on here, and this is all reused potting soil. There's tomato, there's corn, there is watermelon right here, and watermelon is a very heavy feeder. So what I do, and this is probably the simplest method, is go ahead and go to your raised bed where you are going to plant. And I already did it on this side, as you can see, but this is all going to be reused potting soil. First step is to get yourself some blood meal. This is high in nitrogen, as you can see, 1400. And think of this as nature. When animals die, they just decompose on the floor, and that feeds the microorganisms, that feeds the plants. So first step is put your blood meal. And now this is literally what I do. I just go to the row where I'm going to plant my crops, and I just spread the blood meal right there. Now it doesn't have to be a lot, it could just be a very slight cover, and I literally just throw it on the row where I'm going to plant my crops. Like I said, that is enough. You could probably see it on the camera, a slight yellow tint. You can see it more here, but just little handfuls like that. That was the first step, blood meal. Second step is bone meal. Like I said, when animals decompose, their bones decompose too. So go ahead and get yourself a little handful of bone meal and do it at the row where you're going to plant. Or if you're going to plant on the entire raised bed, just pour all your bone meal and all your fertilizers in the whole entire bed. But as you can see, I'm literally just throwing it on the dirt. And now there's another row right there. Now this is probably the most important one, and probably the one that plants like the most. Worm castings. Now for some reason, worm castings just make everything work. Here's worm casting is literally just worm poop. Same thing. You get handfuls, and this is all organic, so it's not really going to burn the plants or anything. And just literally what I do is just throw it on wherever I'm going to plant, and you're starting to see a row here, right? A row of fertilizer, and this is going to feed whatever you're going to plant here. Okay, third step. Oh, I forget what step we're on. Just general all-purpose fertilizer, and I believe this is a 344, but anything 44, anything maybe like 454, anything around that area is going to be okay. And this is just a general all-purpose fertilizer. And like I keep telling you guys, this is when I first started gardening, I thought everything had to be like super scientific, super accurate. No, it does not have to be like that. So that's it. Put it to you use the granular fertilizer. Next step is to use good old compost. Now compost is essential to feed plants. It's super essential for the microorganisms. And put this towards the end. There's one more step, and I usually like to put the last like soils at the end. So literally get your compost and do the same thing. Just spread it around the bed. Spread it around the row you're gonna plant, just like that. And maybe just be a little bit more generous with the compost, since it is the plants can grow on the compost. And just spread it around like that. As you can see, I'm not scientific at all. But for the compost, maybe just do cover all the fertilizer that you just put like that. But like I said, when I first started gardening, I thought everything was gonna be scientific, but no, literally just go like that. And there we go. Now the last step is kind of an extra step that I like to do, is just put a little layer of potting mix. and that way you don't have to buy a brand new bag and brand new soil. You could just top it off with some potting mix, and this is going to help your plant grow. When you plant the seedlings, you're going to plant it on the potting mix, which is super helpful. And that's usually how you plant things, on potting mix, instead of having to buy an entire raised bed full. You could just put the top layer like that, and voila guys, that is a brand new row where I'm going to plant some cherry tomatoes. I'm going to plant these cherry tomatoes here, and on this row I did the same steps I just did, and I planted some corn. So that's how you do it, guys. You don't need to buy brand new potting mix and fill up the whole raised bed again. And I did those steps on this bed, and it turned out to be good. So truly appreciate you guys watching the video, and have a great rest of your day.